Howdy, everybody. I wanted to talk a bit about the Ultra Timp 5, as well as a little bit on the Timp 4. Now, for me specifically, I have bursitis in my left foot, and that's why I started wearing Ultras because of the wider toe box, which has been phenomenal. The other advantage, obviously, with Ultra is that the zero drop box where your balls of your feet as well as the heel are the same distance, to the ground. So with the Timp 5, I just got my second pair today. My first pair, which I should have retired a long time ago, is right here. Some of the problems that I've had with this, and I think you can see sort of the breakdown. Now, I don't hold this shoe necessarily responsible for that. I exercise a lot, running, walking, obviously going to the gym, things like that. And I live in Europe. I live in Portugal, and the roads here are, especially during the winter, pretty slippery. And that's why I went with more of an outdoor shoe, um, a trail running shoe. Because if anyone's ever been to Portugal that's watched this, the sidewalks get a little slippery. So I needed a little more traction on the bottom. Now, the difference between the 4 and the 5, which I loved the 4, uh, that I noticed right off the bat is that it's not as wide. So the 4 for size 12, um, pretty wide, and they kind of narrowed. Oh, sorry about that. They kind of narrowed it out a bit. So these are both size 12s, and this one was a little more narrow. Now, I obviously didn't know that when I bought the shoe. It was a little tighter on my toes. Never affected the bursitis, and I really love this shoe. I use it when I run, even on the street and whatnot. It has the right amount of cushion, and not too much cushion, which can obviously be a bad thing. For knees and stability. Um, so I liked the shoe enough to buy another one, and these just came in today. These are the night blue, I think is what they're called. I think it's a beautiful shoe. And what I did, which I've never had to do with Ultras, and I've been wearing Ultras exclusively for probably 5 years now. 4 years since I started having bursitis issues on my foot. Um, Ultra's always been sort of true to fit, right? So if you're size 10, 11, 12 normally, you're definitely going to be that same size with Ultra. But what I did with these, with the Timp 5s, because they're a little bit more narrow than the Timp 4s, is I just went a half size up. So I got a size 12 and a half or 47, depending upon if you're in Europe. And just have worn them around the house. Haven't gone running or walking or anything other than that in them yet. They literally just got delivered, and they're perfect. So if you are interested in the Timp 5s, highly recommend them. You can see here on these soles, and I don't really do a lot of trail running per se. It's running, but where I live, it's beachy area. So I'll run in the sand sometimes, but most of it is sidewalk, street, whatever, and definite wear and tear. But I've easily put 500 miles, 450 miles on these shoes, like no problem. Um, there's been no other real damage other than, like I showed before, like inside, and that seems to be a problem with the shoes. I'm hoping with these 12 and a half, that won't be an issue because there won't be quite as much rubbing on the back as with the 12. But I mean, I love these shoes. I have a little bit of lower back issues. Wearing these shoes totally gets rid of my back pain while I'm walking and running. Um, feel great. And they're, to me, just an all around, just great shoe. Just a great shoe. Highly recommend this to anyone looking for that, especially if you want a little bit more space for your toes. And it just so happens that a couple weeks ago there was a foot doctor on one of the bigger podcasts out there, and she basically recommended this shoe in particular. So it's great for stability. There's the right amount of cushion. It's not a heavy shoe, and it feels great. Like, it feels great walking around with these, whether it's running to the grocery store or doing 10, 15, 20 kilometers. The other pair that has a lot of wear and tear on them, I was typically running between like 8 and 12 kilometers. So you're looking at, I'm sorry, between 8 and 12 miles, which would be, 14 to, 18 kilometers in them a couple times a week, on top of, a bunch of other stuff, and worked out great. No issues with my feet, no issues with my knees, no issues with my back. Excellent shoe. Highly recommend. Thank you.